two of them that I love. They didn't get much traffic. There's three of them that I love. One of them got a lot of traffic, the other two didn't. The one that got a lot of traffic was New York has a surplus store. So the whole state, like all this, New York has all this assorted crap basically, and they put it on eBay, and you can buy like the craziest shit. You know, like they had a prison for sale, like a whole prison. Not prison, sans prisoners, but like they had a whole prison. They had a whole weight room. They had like pallets of textbooks. They had just insane stuff. So I wrote the story about, it's over the summer, 22,000 views on it, pretty big. So I'm like, I was really happy with that because it took me like half a day to. Oh, there was a mandolin for sale too. And so you have to call it. Well, why was there a Why does New York State have a mandolin? And how did it get on eBay?
On the same list as prison.
On the same list as the prison. And a couple. Oh yeah, there's like a safe too. It's like, how did you get this stuff? So really cool stuff like that. So I love that story. And then because I had started like raising awareness about surveillance technology and stuff like that, the citizens of Piermont saw a beehive underneath a stoplight, and they're like, "Oh, look, it's a new surveillance camera." So on this Facebook thread, they all started going like nuts with the puns. It's like, "Oh, it's a sting operation. Oh, be careful." It's like they just went crazy. And so I just did a little story about how this little community Piermont went, and now maybe 500 people read that in Piermont, but it was still fun to write. And then another story, which did pretty well, was so Mount Vernon is a city that is, it's racked with problems, like a lot, like political, economic, there's issues there. So I was there on Saturday picking up my car. My brother he works in Mount Vernon. And he's like, "Oh, dude, you got to check and see how they're taking with the garbage, because a garbage truck like went, it's like brakes failed or something, and went into a house, so they couldn't pick up garbage for like a day." And they're like, "Well, how are we gonna pick up garbage?" And so I'm driving, and I see they've got a front end loader, and they're throwing the garbage in the front end loader, and they're taking it, putting it in a dump truck. So I stopped and I talked to the garbage men, for as they're doing their work, and it's a great story. It's wait, I think we can pull it up here for a second, because that's like in my queue still. Because there's a really great picture with it too. It's there was this younger guy who was really happy to be out there. Then there was an older guy who was kind of like, "Yeah, that's what we gotta do. We gotta keep the city clean." But I think it's a really good picture. Action shot, it's great. I took that on my phone. They're loading the thing up. This is like a small street, so I'm like, "Oh man, I hope they don't scrape someone's car." It was a great story to write, and I saw it. I drove here from Mount Vernon and wrote it up. We had it up in like 20 minutes. It was great. And then I think, I don't know, like a massive fire or something happened the day, and 150 people were homeless the next day. But like, it's these little bright stories, I think, that really, I really love telling them most of, to be honest, which is so awful because I'm like an investigative journalist, and I don't really, it's just, talking to garbage men was the most fun I had that week. Like, which it helps. It's like a release from all the stuff. I'm dealing with, oh, it's terrible sexual abuse. Oh, Boy Scouts are bad. Oh, everywhere you turn, there's something bad. Oh, the cops are watching you everywhere you go. Garbage men are having a good time because they figured out a clever way to take out the trash. So the city doesn't smell bad and people can like live clean. Nice, and especially from a place like Mount Vernon, which doesn't have many nice stories. It's always, the governor's, the mayor's fighting the councilman, and people lying, there's budget issues. Here's some guys who got clever, awesome. So that's it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You got it. Because I work in Mount Vernon, and my barbershop's there too. Do you know who did the story where like the mayors are like getting indicted?
That's John Bandler. He sits right there. He's not here right now. It was Bandler and George Fitzgibbons. Fitzgibbons retired recently. But yeah, so it's a lot of that kind of. What we're trying to do is get USA Today has a podcast called The City, and we're trying to get them to focus on, like, we're trying to get a Mount Vernon season because it is so, like, because you got Memorial Field, and Mark also did the story of Memorial Field, where he, they dumped a bunch of toxic waste So this is this is even too old for me, but there was this Mean Joe Green. He was a famous football player, and there's Mean Joe Green. Yeah, the kid's like, "Hey, Mean Joe Green," and he gives him a Coke, and he throws the kid the jersey. They filmed that at Memorial Field. Well, now Memorial Field has a bunch of toxic waste underneath it, and they're like, "Oh, what do we do?"
Not toxic waste.
Well,
Contaminated
contaminated
film.
film.
It's not like you're gonna melt it.
Yeah, you go play with your kids on Memorial Field. I'm not going there. Stay away from
Nobody's going there. That's the whole problem.
it. Yeah. So they wrote that. And I was there for when they got the indictment. We were reading through. It's like he bought her a Chanel purse. Like they're gonna hang him. Like it was horrifying. You know that.
Yeah, they had the celebrity come to the high school and it turned into a fight.
Oh
and
yeah, there's that.
my barber told me about it.
Yeah, well, there's the cupcake shop too. So one of the mayor's biggest critics, his daughter owns a cupcake shop. Maybe they do.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, and so the mayor they tried to close down the cupcake shop for like and it's just really like. So we could do a fun thing where it's the mayor and this guy would like, oh, I'll fight him. We'll have a boxing match, and the guy's like, okay, yeah, sure, we're ready to go. And so we did a tail of the tape, like infographic on it, and then the mayor was like, oh, I thought we meant like Wii boxing or something. Mount Vernon is the gift that keeps. It is a great journalism town. I wish I could write more about it. But we have so much going on with it.
I've heard he's a clown, so like the mayor. That's what I've heard. I don't know.
You heard he's a what?
I heard he's a clown from my barber.
Huh.
Like that. He's got like a brother that's like got
He
issues.
does have an interesting family, yeah.
Yeah, like he's just got like, and then he had the whole thing where he brought the celebrity to the high school during midterms, and it turned into a fight. They broke a trophy case.
Yep. I've known him, well, not the brother, but I've known the mayor for a while, and before he was mayor, and he's definitely an interesting guy. And I don't know, those accusations, he may end up getting off, but there's some serious stuff in there, you know? He was like, like going on vacation and buying dinner for his family, and then it was on his campaign as like a campaign expense, that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of campaign laws that didn't even, not to get into a whole thing,
Yeah.
but there's a
really
bunch of campaign laws that there's like loopholes basically, like from inaugural committees, which you may have heard about with Donald Trump. You know, there's a lot of questions about how his inaugural committee spent it. Rich Thomas had the same thing, is he had an inaugural committee which he didn't get charged with anything there, but like a lot of the spending there was questionable, like people giving him loans and this kind of stuff. But yeah, his brother has been, I think he ran for office as a write-in candidate. One of them did, Butch Thomas. But check out YouTube if you get the chance. It's pretty.
Yeah, he has a
pretty
YouTube
interesting.
channel, which is.
Yeah.
Butch
Butch Thomas.
Butch Thomas. Butch Thomas has, but the mayor has one too, and that's also really fun. But I don't want to pick on poor Mount Vernon because
Yeah.
I actually might move there. The Fleetwood neighborhood's like, I call it Brooklyn North, but like it's nice. You know, there's a train station right there. Better than my little fishing village, but whatever. So.
Yeah, sorry.